Welcome to the channel. I'm Charles Trent here at Trent's. We're one of the UK's largest breakers here in the UK. You may recognise us from a video before, but we're here to tell our own story. We do salvage and vehicle parts, but we're going to dive in today from a vehicle that's had a big crash that we've paid a lot of money for. Let's see what we can break it for and see if we can turn it into a profit. So on the way to our run and test department, this is where all the vehicles come in to our Poole site here. As you can see, there's a lot of vehicles in what we call the arena here. So these vehicles are coming in from insurance companies, from our own website for end-of-life vehicles, and auctions. We buy a lot of cars from auction. Same as I can imagine, a lot of the viewers here are watching today, so like Copart and everything. So we're one of Copart's largest buyers here in the UK for Cat B vehicles, and we want to show you more of that on this channel. I mean, one of the misconceptions of what we do as a business, the old term is scrapyard, and
we might not be your traditional scrapyard in 2025, but Charles Trent was actually founded in 1926 by Charles Trent in Poole, this man right here. This footage was taken in our yard in Poole many decades ago. The company has been through a lot in the last 99 years, and today we are the UK's oldest auto recycler and one of the largest here in the UK, still proudly family run in our 4th and 5th generation. We have a lot about our history and how we have helped shape the auto recycling industry, but that's enough about our history for today. Back to Jordan to show you more around our site.
We've taken the business and modernised it, and everything we do is about quality. So, we don't have a DIY yard anymore where people are taking parts off. Everything's on the shelf, quality checked, ready to go for a next day delivery. So, yeah, we'll do it very differently here at Trent's, and yeah, hopefully we can show you more of that. So here is our run and test area. So all the vehicles that we're breaking, they come to this area to get inventoried and tested. So hence the name run and test area. So if we come over to this way, you'll see we have cars all in lines here. So we've got 4 lines running through there, so they'll have computers be able to move to each car. They'll see the parts that the team's inventoried. They might inventory some extra parts that they see that will look good, and then some research will be done behind that. And then more importantly, they'll test all the parts, from the window switches to the headlights. They'll start the vehicle if possible and check for any signs of wear and tear in the engine, any noises. We're very data driven. So what's really good about this department is we store all the engine videos. So for example, this specific van, if we're wanting to inventory the engine and gearbox, we're going to video record that, listen to the sounds, and we have a data bank of every engine code that we've had over the years, so we can, if we need to reference anything in the past, we can, just to see if that's normal or not, or what we may need to do. So it's all about data, being data driven here, and that's we have such low return rates for parts, as a business. So as you can see here, we have a lot of postman pat vehicles. We're breaking these, probably getting around. Last week we had about 180 Royal Mail vans in, so they've got one of the largest fleets here in the UK. So we break parts to put on the shelf, one to supply back into their repair network and workshops, but also to supply to other customers. So we ring fence their stock for a little bit to benefit them, and then it gets released out into the wider market. So yeah, really important area, really helps drive the quality, but obviously there's other quality aspects when the business once the parts are dismantled. So yeah, we're going to head over here though. I really want to show you this vehicle that we've had in. So I spoke about we get cars from different sources. Now I'm specifically going to talk to you about this car that's come through the insurance route. Now when you have an insurance contract, you can't pick and choose what you get. You pay your price for the vehicle that you agree in the contract, but you don't know what's coming in or when. So You can have a really heavy damaged category B vehicle. You can have a slightly lighter damage depending on the situation. You know, it could be flood damage or it could be accident damage. So we have to really work with what we've got, and we have to try and make it work to sell the parts. So let's show you this car. As you can see, this is a Mercedes E-Class soft top. So if we're looking to let your hair in the wind, this is the car for you. But as you can see, it's had a bit of an impact. So this has had a rollover on this vehicle. You can see it's dented the left rear quarter, smashed the left rear tail light. Even the roof has been caved in here. So as you can see, the windscreen, hopefully the passengers are safe on this vehicle. We don't know that, unfortunately, but hopefully. So, you know, for us, it's trying to work out, right, what's working on this vehicle, what can we make of it? So it's a category B, so that means we have to break it, but guess how much we paid for it? This is Hayden. He's one of our vehicle technicians here at Trent's. He's responsible for ensuring quality parts go on the shelf, running and testing these vehicles. But more importantly, Hayden doesn't know how much we paid for this car. But I'm going to ask him, how much do you reckon?
I mean, I've got to say about £2,500 to £3,000.
Or, I wish, looking at it, I'd still be wide, but I'm getting even more wide at the moment because we paid £5,200 for this vehicle. As you can see, there's not a single panel on this that is any good.
Yeah, it tends to be the smaller components, any of the electrical parts that are still functioning, testing everything pretty much down to the bones.
Yeah, we'll go through in a second what we're going to do with this vehicle and what Hayden does to this vehicle, but let's just pick out some of the parts that we have inventoried if we can spot them. So we'll start off at the engine. You won't be able to see the parts, but we've inventoried the AC compressor, the ABS pump, the air ride compressor, alternator. We actually have done one of the bonnet airbags here on that one. I think they're both okay.
With it being a high voltage vehicle, it's actually fitted with a 48 volt traction battery, which means that you can actually use just sole electrical power to up to 10 miles an hour, etc., and then the petrol engine will kick in.
Exactly that, yeah. So this is the 3 litre petrol engine, 429 brake horsepower on this one. So this is the top spec, perfect for anyone who wants power and to let their hair out in the wind on that one. So I think that'd be a bit dangerous for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, going to the back here, I don't think we're going to get away with this bumper. I think the rest of it looks okay. It's just this corner here, Hayden. I don't think we inventoried this one, did we?
No,
so looks like the brackets are broken there, so we'll have a look. But just talk us through, if we go to the engine here again, I mean, the main bulk of the value that we extract from these vehicles is the engine and gearbox. So just talk me through what we're going to do to try and extract the biggest value out of this vehicle.
So with this engine, with it being a high voltage vehicle, it doesn't have a traditional starter motor fitted to it.
Yeah.
So we tend to use starter motor relays. We will go directly to the starter motor itself if we can't get power to the internals, because obviously it's heavily damaged. So a lot of the electrics don't really want to function on their own. So we tend to go directly to a starter motor, but this hasn't got one. So we actually have to get this returned. We can't use a starter motor in this, but we're going to do a cylinder leak test. So we're going to ensure that it's got 100% compression, holding everything as it should be really, before a customer gets it. And
so we're going to do that once we dismantle the engine and gearbox.
So the engine will be dismantled and then brought to us, and then we will essentially test it, ensure it's up to standards, and then it will go up to VH1 and be completely broken down for ancillaries, alternators, not a starter motor, but turbo. If we're going any deeper than that, you know, see what it comes back as.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the challenge. So we couldn't get it started, but we still have ways to facilitate testing to try and extract that vehicle.
Yeah, we want to do everything we can for this before we ever.
Exactly. You know, we haven't sold one of these engines before, so it is a first for us. I have seen, you know, so I've been trying to look at the price on it. So where we haven't sold one before, it makes it a little bit difficult. I've seen exactly that. I've seen there's one out in the market going for just just over £5,000. So fingers crossed if this engine is okay, it could recover that value of the vehicle.
And anything else we get on top of it is
anything else. But if the engine's no good,
then we're going to look for even smaller bits.
yeah, look for smaller bits, but we might be making a loss on this vehicle. So
Which is part of the industry, really, isn't it?
exactly. But we've had to pay for this car up front. Hopefully we sell the engine pretty quickly. You never know with some of these things, these high-spec vehicles. So,
and also you've got other avenues for sort of recycling, so reusing engines where they can then be stripped down, refurbishment.
Exactly that. Yeah, worst case scenario, if the engine's no good, we'll put it for core, get remanufactured. Like I say, we can split the ancillaries down as well, can't we? So we'll see what we can do. So
buy it for everything.
yeah, exactly. We'll have a look at the inside of the vehicle. I know we haven't inventoried any seats or anything. I mean, can we open this door to have a look? Okay, there's a lot of rubbish. And there's water in the footwell.
Part of the game with the windshield.
Yeah, with the rain, with the windshield broken, the water's gone into the footwell, hasn't it? So it looks like the airbags have gone off in the seats. They're not looking any good so far. Until we get this up on the ramp and start clearing some parts out the way, potentially cut the roof off, we might be able to see if we can extract some value in the seats, rear seats on that one. Maybe I can see we didn't inventory the speedo. That'd be a digital.
Yeah, digital speedo with the water ingress.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So no good on there. So yeah, the electrics probably no good on a lot of these parts. So we'll see. The alloys, I mean,
we did a full complete brake kit, AMG brake kit.
Yep.
So if someone wants to upgrade their brakes, they know where to come.
Exactly that. Okay. If this wasn't crash hiding, would you buy it?
I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, I do have a bit of a preference. I did do a C63 AMG a couple of weeks ago,
yeah,
which that'd be my choice, but
yeah, we'll see. I'm not too sure. They say that the boot space in this is 385 litres, which doesn't translate to me. I like to know if I can get a set of golf clubs in the back.
Yeah,
so
I've got a daughter and a husky, so I mean,
this car ain't the one then.
I mean, yeah, that's
so yeah, so look, what we're going to do next, we're going to get this vehicle in the workshop, start stripping it down. Let's some of the parts of inventory, let's see if they're any good. Let's see if we can extract a little bit more value just in case that engine is no good, and we'll go from there. So yeah, right, so you've had a bit of an insight to our run and test area. The next thing for this car is get it through to the workshop, dismantle the parts, fingers crossed that they're all okay. Parts will get through to the workshop, onto the shelf, all priced. Do you reckon we'll make money out of this car? Let us know in the comments. I'm thinking if the engine's good and all the parts are good, they could come in around 8 grand to make around £3,000 profit. But if that engine's no good, then we're going to be in the loss. So like I said, like and subscribe, follow for more. See us next time.